Welcome to Dependable Flame, where we explore vintage petrol lighters, ashtrays, tobacconiana, and other useful mechanisms. Make yourself at home. Today we have the newest addition to our personal collection of vintage Cygnus Petrol lighters. You can see here that this lighter is marked Cygnus, Japan on the base. No markings on the fuel screw. And I don't believe any other markings. This is a lighter that I recognized immediately as very similar to the Rogers pipe lighter that is marked on it as made in England. When we were talking about this lighter this past week on the YouTube live stream Vintage Coffee and Lighters Live, one of the people there in the chat was our good friend Eastwa Dune Flam, which you guys will all recognize from his clever YouTube videos and also TikTok videos. He posts over in the Facebook groups and I think also on Instagram. Anyway, he mentioned that it was similar to the Benlow pipe lighter. I did a little bit of search before I began making this video, and I did find that Benlow pipe lighter, which looks to me to be very similar to the Rogers pipe lighter. So rather than having the unique Cygnus flint roller or thumb roller flint tension mechanism, the Benlow as well as the Rogers both just have a flint spring and screw right here on the top. So I believe all three of these lighters are the same lighter basically, as far as the basic model of the lighter. It's just the flint tension system that is different here on the Cygnus, where the Benlow and the Rogers pipe lighters look to me like they're the same. Even very similar as far as where the engravings, I don't remember which side the engraving was on, but the Benlow engraving, identifying it as such, was in about the same place as the engravings were on the Rogers pipe lighter. This is an aluminum block lighter, but because it is such a long and substantial lighter, it has a little heft to it, even though it is aluminum. One idiosyncrasy about this lighter, which I know that the Rogers pipe lighter was the same, and I would assume that the Benlow probably as well. It is not struck this way, which is the same way you would work most file wheels, same way you would on a Zippo. Instead, you're going to strike up. You can see there you could easily light a cigarette or cigar off of that flame, or place it above a pipe and suck that flame down into the bowl of your pipe. Nifty little snuffer mechanism there. Works like a plunger. And you can see that that wick is definitely used, charred up. There is some carbon buildup throughout that entire area. But the lighter itself, although not perfect, does have a blemish or two. A little discoloration, maybe some damage to the anodizing. some scratches, scuffs, dings. This lighter will not be for sale. This is, as stated at the beginning of the video, the newest addition to my vintage Penguin Cygnus Petrol lighter collection. And very happy to add it to the others. This is the first pipe lighter to go into that collection, and this is the first Cygnus pipe lighter that I've actually had in my possession. I've seen one or two others in listings over the years, and may have even seen one or two of those Benlow pipe lighters in listings, and never had one of them in my hands either. But what sets this Cygnus apart, there you see the spare flint compartment that threads into the underneath side of the fuel screw, which is fitted with a pretty substantial rubber gasket, and that rubber gasket seal that threaded back down tight. That rubber gasket seal, along with this snuffer mechanism which completely closes off the wick, you would think that this lighter would get fairly good fuel economy. So there is a good chance that this lighter will get used here and there. It all just depends on whether it might be out and fueled up when I happen to need to light up a bowl, a bong, hand pipe, chill 'em. It'll work on any of them. Like I said, it'll even work just to light your cigarette or your cigar. Just a regular stand-up flame. When you use it like that, or place a pipe below it and suck that flame down in to light your pipe. Light a chillum off the top just like you would a cigarette. So I don't think that carrying this lighter or one just like it would preclude you from lighting up whatever it is that you smoke. No markings on either of the spines, no marking on the top. It's interesting the way that the fuel screw and this snuffer cap give the same appearance on top and bottom. Of course, on the top here you also have the unique, typical Cygnus thumb roller flint tension mechanism, and all in all just makes it one of the more appealing lighters that I've come across. Until next time.